My name is Anthony Rogers Wright, as she said. I'm the Policy Director of Environmental Action, and from New York, where we banned fracking last year. It's good to have other New Yorkers here. And on behalf of the nearly 1 million members of Environmental Action, we have a simple message to big oil corporations who place profits over public health and safety, and to the politicians who take their dirty, tainted money. Get the frack out of Florida. And with all due respect to Governor Rick Scott, state employees who use terms like climate change should not be dismissed and forced to take psychological evaluations. It's lawmakers who think it's a good idea to inject acid and other chemicals to our drinking water who should be evaluated for lunacy. And speaking of climate change, or if you're some members of this state assembly or an employee of Rick Scott, the term is atmospheric redistribution. Fracking and burning of natural gas are not short-term solutions for fending off climate change. They are agents and catalysts of it. Methane gas traps heat more than 80 times than carbon dioxide does, and your state of Florida has been characterized as one of the most vulnerable regions in the world for climate catastrophe, including but not limited to rising sea levels and threatening heat waves. Florida should not be expanding fracking. It should be expanding and leading the way in renewable energy like solar and wind. And to paraphrase Bill Clinton, it's the Sunshine State, stupid! Big oil knows this and they don't care. They have known about climate change since the 70s and still took part in a massive climate cover-up scheme to confuse, obfuscate, and deny the public the truth. And right now they are greasing every politician they can, including right here in Florida. The State Assembly just began session, and Big Oil has already allocated $300,000 in an effort to lubricate and grease politicians to do their bidding. It's amazing to me that Big Oil is so powerful that they get the Republicans to abandon their mantra of local government and consider preempting local communities from making their own decisions to protect public health and water supplies. Because that is exactly what HB 191 and SB 318 would do. And for the Republicans, I call it a classic case of reverse federalism. Climate change is a system of oppression, and it disproportionately impacts people of color, including Latinos, African Americans, and our first citizens and Native Americans. And it will require the same revolutionary fervor that it took to abolish its agents and get rid of the nation from things like slavery and Jim Crow and marriage inequality. And we know that we're no longer just considered environmentalists. Today we have to consider ourselves new abolitionists to get rid of the system of climate change that oppresses us all. So you guys have a job to do today and beyond. When you meet with your representatives, ask them a simple question. Are you working for the special interest, or are you working in the interest of the people? And then ask them why they would support any bill that expands an extreme practice and removes local power to block it.